I was really unproductive this morning, which just irks me all the time if I ever am unproductive. And I don't know about you, but I like to accomplish things and get things done and not waste my time in my office and spend more time in here than I absolutely have to. But my computer gave me a whole bunch of problems this morning, and you know how that goes when you've got computer problems. That it's like it's a distraction that happens to you that you have no control over, and then you've got to take care of it. Now, that's the thing about time. And I don't like the phrase time management because I don't know. It doesn't seem strong enough to me, and it doesn't seem like it really defines what the problem really is. And the problem is that when we're at work, for example, like when I'm here in my office, I want to be productive. Okay, so I don't want to just manage my time. I want to be super productive with my time. And the way I defined being super productive is that whatever I'm doing is impacting the goal that I've set for myself, that I'm moving in the direction of the goal that I've set for myself, or one of the goals that I've set for myself. And if I have a distraction that pulls me away, and that's what it is, that's what happens, that's what keeps us from being super effective, are distractions in our lives and in our world. And some of the distractions, like this thing with my computer this morning, are out of our control. You might have somebody who drops in on you and tries to take time from you while you're working, and that's a distraction. And sometimes you can control it, sometimes you can't control it. But what I discovered many years ago was that there were a lot of distractions in my life that I was allowing to happen to me, and I mean, some of them were. People, like I said, people might want to try to take some time with me. People would say, "Oh, let's go have lunch, or let's go have a cup of coffee," and I would say, "Sure, let's go do that." But then I realized I'm not making any money. I'm not being productive when I do that. So, excuse me. So I started to practice what we call, what my smoking hot wife and I call, vicious productivity. And vicious productivity essentially means that my time is more important than everybody else's time. All right. Now, I respect everybody else's time. Totally respect everybody else's time. I would never waste anybody else's time, on purpose. But I don't want people to just grab time from me, and I don't want other distractions to just grab time from me if I can control it. All right. Now, let me give you I actually ended up doing a product called Vicious Productivity. I'm going to give you a little pitch on that here in just a second, but because people started to find out, they started to see that I was super productive with my time. And I actually had companies hire me to come out and do these Vicious Productivity workshops, webinars, and I actually created a product, Vicious Productivity, which is, it's like over 2 hours long, and it's got just tons of tips on how you can be super productive in your life. But let me give you a couple of the tips that I talk about in there right now that you can do right now that will help cut down, if not eliminate, distractions for you. Because your two of your biggest distractions, if they are not the biggest distractions, are number one, email, and number two, social media. Now, both of those tend to be things that we are on alert to, that our radar is up, that when an email comes in, and very often we will, both on our computer as well as, on our little smartphones, we will set it to where it gives us a notification when somebody is contacting us. I mean, obviously we do it with texting as well, but let's just stick with the, we can talk about texting too, but as part of that, include that into this digital distraction, so to speak. But too often we jump to check the notification on whether it's on email, whether it's on social media, whether it's a text or something like that. And 99% of the time, it's not necessary. It's not necessary for us to do that. It's not that critical. It's not that important, for us to just jump and go see what somebody wants. But what it does do is it gives us a distraction from something we're working on right now, which causes us to become less effective on that. So, like, let's say, for example, you're working on something, you're writing a paper, you're writing a report, or you're writing a white paper, or you're working on something, and then all of a sudden you hear that notification bell, and you turn, and now you're taken away from this thought process and the thought path that you are on. You're now completely distracted over here. And you look at that for a couple of minutes, and you come back and think you're going to pick up where you left off. Studies have shown over and over again, you do not pick up where you left off. That it actually takes several minutes for you to get back into where your momentum even remotely comes close to what the momentum was when you became distracted. So here's the tip. Here's the big tips for this stuff. Is number one with email, check email only 3 times a day. Just 3 times a day. Check it in the morning, after you come into the office, that's fine. Have a cup of coffee, get yourself ready for your day, and then check email at that time. And then shut off your notifications, pay no attention to it until lunchtime. And check it when you're just before you leave for lunch. And then, put it away, hide it, turn it off, whatever, quit the program, and then don't check it again until the end of the day. And what you'll find is that you will spend a lot less time being distracted by that. Same thing by social media. And those of us that have Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest and Instagram, on our phones, and if we have notifications turned on for that, the vast majority of the time that thing is calling us, it has nothing to do with what we're working on in the office. It has nothing to do with that. So, I think actually the radical step to take is to just delete those darn things off, those apps off your phone, and just check them when you get home at night. Check them later on, somewhere else. But do not let social media distract you during the day at all, because your effectiveness is just not working. Here's the thing. What we want to be paying attention to is our impact on our goals. We want to be focused on our goals. We want to be moving in the direction of our goals, and anything that distracts us and anything that distracts us away from that is a bad thing. And so if you want to become much more productive, not with time management, but much more productive with and impactful on your goals, you're going to want to do this stuff. Now, like I said, I'm going to give you a quick pitch on our product, Vicious Productivity. Like I say, it's over 2 hours long, chock full of tips. That will, I guarantee you, will help you be more effective and help you be more productive. We've got videos, 2 videos of me, and then you can also download the audio, listen to the audios in your car, on your smartphone, when you're out jogging, whatever, you get all the visuals with it. Now it retails and it sells for $197 on the website. But here's the code, and here's the link to where you can go and get this. This is the link, and then when you go there and you go to the checkout, at the top of the page, it says coupon code, and you just type in Vicious97, Vicious97, and then you click apply, and what it will do is it will take $100 off of the price, so that your cost is only $97. And I guarantee you, when you go through that program, you're going to come up with some really good ideas on how you could be much more effective, much more productive, much more impactful on your goals and your work every single day. Except when we have things that happen out of control, like our career. This is Steve Miller, better known as Kelly's Dad and Marketing Gunslinger. Thanks again for watching me this week. I'll be back again next week with another Uncopyable Business video. Until then, always remember, be uncopyable.